Mike, not ideal. Notre Dame starting the season 0-2. I think a lot of people assume that's going to impact recruiting negatively. What are you kind of hearing?
Well, listen, Mason, it's interesting. I even tweeted this out, like just how things are right now. National talking heads across the board are like Notre Dame is still a good team and can run the table, but the angry and vocal Notre Dame fans are like, we suck, fire everyone, 6-6, maybe we'll make a bowl game. Typically, things aren't as good as they seem. Things aren't as bad as they seem. On the recruiting front, guys, listen, when I woke up on Sunday morning after that game, I fully anticipated like, all right, I'm going to shift my focus to covering the recruiting weekend now. With Notre Dame having over 70 recruits and a lot of big time players, multiple 5 stars, 24 commits, all that kind of stuff. I anticipated like post Marshall, post NIU, like damage control. Like that's kind of the mode that I thought Notre Dame would be in. Dude, not only was that not the case, these recruits absolutely loved their time in South Bend. I hit up all of the commits and I got about 85 to 90% feedback. Usually I don't get that much feedback from these recruits or like the Notre Dame commits when I say, hey, I'm doing like a recruit reaction about a big win or something to that effect or a big loss, right, with A&M. Recruits, these Notre Dame commits, they're feeling great. They're like, listen, we don't want to be 0-2, but like we're fine. Quote from Caden Finley, a Texas legacy who lives in Texas, no matter what, I'm locked in. Aiden Pouncey, a public school kid in Orlando who has family members who played for the Gators, and he grew up a Miami fan. I can't wait to play in front of those fans. I mean, the class is locked in. The 2027 recruits, I mean, we're going to talk about that next, Mason, are buzzing about their time in South Bend. Like Notre Dame made some big moves. So unless Notre Dame now loses to Purdue or starts the season like 2-4 or really, part of my French, shits the bed on the football field, I mean really bad, this is going to be fine. I mean, Notre Dame fans, listen, anything we tweet right now, especially me, I can tweet about, hey, this visit went great, whatever, right now. And everyone's like, fire Chris Ash. We suck. We're not going to hold on to these recruits. Everyone's going to leave. That is you projecting. That is not reality. You guys have got to calm down, especially when you're responding to something that a recruit is tagged in. Recruiting is fine. Do you want to know something? I'm going to go back to my old Twitter page here. Notre Dame moved up in the team rankings on Monday. If it holds, Notre Dame passed Oregon because Rivals updated its recruiting rankings. If Notre Dame's number 3 ranking holds, it will be the Irish's best class of the internet era. That goes back to 2004, the Rivals industry ranking. Notre Dame has never signed a top 3 class per the industry ranking. And that's what Notre Dame has right now. And there's not really rumors of decommits. Could there be? Sure, it's very possible. We still have 3 months till signing day, less than 3 months actually. So things can happen, but like just you're projecting about negative vibes on the recruiting front right now. It's going great actually. If they keep losing, it's a different discussion. But right now, Mason, things are going well.
Yeah, and I think people naturally kind of put hand in hand losses and recruiting, and that guys don't want to play for a program that's losing. And they're clearly seeing that this is a battle of top 10 teams in week 1 and 2, and Notre Dame lost by a combined 4 points. So I've talked myself off the ledge a little bit. I was in the stadium, I can attest it was rocking. And I think that that's been the main takeaway that I've been seeing from the reporting from you and stuff that I've been hearing, on the side as well, is that they want to be a part of that atmosphere. The last 2 games I went to were Indiana for the playoff game. I've never seen the stadium like that other than a USC game in the past. And USC games are always like that. And then this last game against Texas A&M, where it was rocking from beginning to end, and nonstop action, of course, helps that with a shootout like that. But they want to play in front of that raucous atmosphere. I think the Notre Dame wine and cheese crowd, man, that might be gone.
Yeah. The other thing about this is you guys got to remember that these Notre Dame recruits, Many of them lost on Friday night. They understand losses. Like they may be 1-3 to start the season. Like losing is a part of football. It just is. It's not an excuse. But like these kids
And
understand
then,
it.
Mike,
So
secondly, speaking of the recruiting trail, even in a loss, it seems like there was momentum gained with
yeah.
some big targets. Who did Notre Dame make a move with over the
Yeah, I
weekend?
wrote I wrote an intel piece, the gold standard, and then Kyle Kelly and I are interviewing recruits, and then on the national side, Chad Simmons and Steve Wiltfong and the guys, posting intel pieces, doing interviews with the visitors. So this is just like kind of off the top of my head, the guys I wanted to talk about. David Jacobs, the 5-star defensive end from the Atlanta area, longtime friends with Teddy Gerard, Notre Dame's quarterback commit. They spent a ton of time together. I think Notre Dame is positioning itself pretty well early on. Georgia is where his dad went to school, so the Bulldogs are definitely going to be a team to watch, especially for a kid from that state. But I think Notre Dame has done a really good job with him early on. Julius Jones, of course, the
That's a big
son
one.
of big one, former Notre Dame running back Julius Jones Sr. I got to talk to Junior last night. Great visit. Notre Dame has really established itself as a contender. And just talking to him, he seemed to get it, right? He like gets Notre Dame now. And it kind of for him, it felt like a monkey off his shoulder kind of thing. Like he finally got to Notre Dame. He's been hearing about it his whole life. Now it's his first time in South Bend. So that was a really big deal. He absolutely loved it. I think that Notre Dame is in the pole position for 4-star offensive tackle Cameron Wagner from St. Joseph, Illinois, as well as James Halter, who is a 6'5", 270-pound offensive lineman. Of course, we're talking about all guys in the 27 class here. Halter's dad played for Notre Dame. I believe it was Jordan Halter was a safety for the Irish. So Pittsburgh Central Catholic, obviously a friendly school for Notre Dame. Halter added his offer from the Irish. I think that Notre Dame's going to be tough to beat. Jalen Hill from St. John Bosco. Of course, that's where Kingston Viliamu also went to high school. Going into the visit, it was actually like a Notre Dame A&M might be at the top. And I think that Notre Dame, even though A&M won, I think that Notre Dame is looking really good in this recruitment right now. 5-star Joshua Dobson had a great time on campus. 5-star cornerback, the number one corner in the country. Chad Simmons caught up with him. You can find that story at blueandgold.com. And I should be talking to Dobson on Tuesday night. So I'll have more on him as well. But vibes are really good. It was a good first visit. Long ways to go in this one, but Notre Dame really impressed him. Xavier Hassan from Cardinal Gibbons in Raleigh, number 7 corner in the 27 class. He loved it. Notre Dame might be the team to beat there. Excuse me. Honor Falave Johnson, number 3 safety in the 27 class, seems to really fit Notre Dame from San Diego Cathedral Catholic, buddies with Madden Faramo, and they got to talk. So, man, listen, if the vibes were bad, then I would say that. I'd be like, listen, Notre Dame lost, and it's Notre Dame's got some ground to make up, and some of these. I'm just telling you, it's just not the case. Like, no, like things are going well. Again, I can't emphasize enough. If you keep losing, you lose to Purdue or whatever. If you go and lose to Arkansas, it's going to be a struggle bus. But Notre Dame gets some wins under its belt, keeps the momentum going. Moves up in the top 25. They're going to keep recruiting at this high level, and then we'll see what happens. In terms of potential playoff push and everything like that. Notre Dame's definitely going to need some help, but just strictly on the recruiting front, I mean, things again are going really well. Like when these kids talk to Marcus Freeman, it's like they're talking to a celebrity now. Like that's how they feel. Like Marcus Freeman is still a huge deal on the recruiting trail.